All right, this volume is going to be a quite fun and interesting one. The first word I'm going to start with is the word dream. Dia, reference or human number, or letter, expressed active manifestation. You dream, people always say life is a dream because you do it to remember, to come back to the morning, to come back to the active manifestation. That's what it means. So when you have a dream, it's something that you remember when you wake up. To and from you, remembered. I had a dream. Or you say, I don't ever have dreams, or I don't remember having a dream, because the word remember is in it. D-R-E-A-M, to ream, to or from yourself. Dream, to dia, remember. Re-am, when you wake up. See? So, the word nightmare. Now, when you start a word with an N, that's why I say notion for N, because it's no plus identified ongoing notion. So it's nothing going on. It's just an idea that isn't expressed yet. So an idea, yes, is something, but if you don't express it outwardly, no one else knows about it. So I say notion. That's why night starts with it, because it's the notion identified, generated here plus. So when we say nightmare, notion identified, generation here plus, manifest active reference expressed. So it's like an action. So the MA is an active concept activating a R666 or human number expression. So usually a nightmare is dark because it has the word night in it. A nightmare, as in a dark horse, or a dark here ongoing reference subject expressing. So nightmare. It means something that you rode through in the dark and you got through it because you're alive to talk about it, aren't you? So, the word purpose. In place, underlined, reference or human letter, ongoing, subject, expressed. So when you have a purpose, it's a placed or potential piece, underlined, reference, in place, ongoing, subject, expressed. So you do have a purpose. Pose, but it's a U instead of an E. It's an underlying reference to your pose, to who you are. Now the word locate. Active base, or as it lie in a 3D. Ongoing, concept, active plus expression. So when we say we're trying to find something, it's an active base, or an as it lie, ongoing, and then the letter C is the unseen concept until you actually find it. Then it's a concept, active plus expression. So when you're trying to locate, that means you don't see it. When you locate, it means you do see it. See how it starts with an L, which is 4 3s or 4 C's, and because 3D is basically 3 times 4. That's what it means. That's why L is what it is. So, the next word, meaning. Manifested or active concept expressing active notion, identified notion generating. So when something has a meaning, it's the manifested expression activating that notion, identifying that notion generated. Me, an, ing. I've got an identified notion generated for this manifested expression actively noted or noticed. See? Meaning. Life definitely has meaning, just so you know it. And your life definitely does. And I can teach you about you if you're not too afraid to have somebody know you very well. Because I do. I know the things about you besides your details that you've got strung out and stuck on because you get addicted to not just drugs, not just foods, but ways of thinking and habitual things that you've gone through your culture, gone through your community, gone through your teaching. Unfortunately, a lot of those things were directed to psychologically weaken you. And I'm not saying that to put anybody down, because a lot of people that learned these things did it without knowing that they did that. They were trying to do the best they could to be good boys and girls or good students, to be the best, because it's turned into a competition, not a cooperation. And that's what we've got to come back to, because nature does not like the human the way we are. We've got to go back to at least treating nature as what it really is. It is what gave us life. It's not what we're supposed to take life from. It gives us. We don't take. We have to cooperate. We have to give back. So the next, destiny, to come from stone. Stony, but with an I as the identified word. So we'll say destiny. Dia, expressed subject, plus identified notion, vitally identified. Destiny. See? So like you came from stone, you came from this nature, you came from this earth, or a walking, talking land vessel of organic information, aka your parents, of the earth, and you came from them. Now the spirit inside you is not of this world, but you, as a body of material in a material world made of matter, yes, you are, and you are de-stoned. You came from stone. So you are the living clay man. Do you understand these things? You have been destined, and you were called into being by your name. You wouldn't have taken that body if you didn't want to learn that lesson. And I can show you all these things. You just have to go out of your way, I guess, to talk to me on the phone or come in person and talk with me. I can enlighten you beyond the idea of what you thought enlightenment meant. And I'm not saying that because I think it's cool. I'm saying it because it's my responsibility to offer this. If I don't, my karma would be greater than I could ever express. The next word, mission. Manifestation or manifested active concept, the 13th letter, 1 and 3 AC. So manifested, identified, subject upon itself. Identified ongoing notion. So it's what you're doing, the manifestation identified, as the subject upon itself, and the identified ongoing notion. So it's the identity of what I'm supposed to ongo and do, or actively dia, AD 14N, through me. Mission. A mission. Manifest, identified, subject upon itself, identified ongoing notion. Now, the word time. Most people say you can't express time. I'm saying you can understand time in 4 words. Plus, or the, identified, manifested, expression. It's plus I, me. Plus the identity of me. You are a time being for the time being. But those are true. As silly as it may sound like I'm just playing with words, that's all we've ever been, is a play of words, until we start using them right. And on top of all of that, caring. I can't just teach people this stuff if they don't care. If they don't care, they're not even going to listen. And if they don't care enough, they're not going to make others uncomfortable to go out of their way and say, guess what? We didn't know any better. Even me. You've got to understand that you were wrong. And the people that taught you were wrong. And the people that taught them were wrong. And this has gone on for many, many, many generations. We are coming to the end of another cycle of 7. And I can go into that on another video. The word process. Placement, potential, or piece, reference ongoing, concept expressing the subject upon itself, the process, the way that placed, reference ongoing, conceived expresses itself upon its subject, Process, see? So it's a placement, reference ongoing, as concept expressing the subject upon itself. It's the process of whatever you're talking about. The word pleasure, placement, piece, or potential, as it lie, or ling, actively based, expressing active subject, underlying that reference of expression. Pleasure, where I'm at, I'm pleased with it, as an underlying reference of expression. Pleasure or pleasure. The last word, something that I am very against because it's the most unnatural thing, one of the most unnatural things that humans do other than factory farming or farming as it is, period, the way we do it with animals, is the word zoo. Remember, Z is from one side to the other, like zip, zap, zing. It's like from one side to the other. It's the top left to the top right, diagonally across to the bottom left, over to the bottom right. That's why the Z is shaped the way it is. It's from one side to another, like a zipper or a zebra. It's black and it's white. Or it's from one side to the other, like a zipper. So the word zoo, you took something from the wild and put it in a cage, which is now tamed by force, to on-go upon itself, looking at it. 2 O's is always 3D. 15 and 15 is 30. 30 in the 3D world, actively conceived, because it's 30. It's not just 20 to anybody. It's 30. It's there, plus vitally identified. Do you understand these things? If you don't, I'm only saying this because I care, and I'm saying it because it's true, and I care about you and who you are inside there, to not be misled by other people who don't care who you are inside there. So all the things going wrong in the world, they can be fixed, but this has to be understood first, and then you have to learn how to open your heart and care. That's all for this volume. Until next time, God bless.